Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Automation Hub Sarthak, and in today's video we will learn about soft assert. Okay, so these forms of assertions are more widely used than hard assertions. We'll get to know why. For the time being, this video will focus mostly on soft assertions, and in the next video I'll tell you about how do we practically deviate between soft assert and hard assert, and why soft assert is more in use. So without any further delay, let's go to our code directly. Okay, so this is our project and this is our learning TestNG learning YouTube channel. I'll go and start a class and I'll write soft assert underscore learning. Okay, I'll just teach you very small things about soft assert. The first thing about soft assert is, first step 1, you will have to create the object of the soft assert class, and this is not required in terms of hard assert. When you are using hard assert, you don't need to do this step, but in soft assert you have to do it. Okay, now there is another step too. You need to invoke the method assert all. Why I need to do this and why am I writing this, I'll tell you in the video. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Let me write a test case. So let me write a test case and public void soft, let's say softy. Okay, we are writing, okay, we'll not write such things, we'll write soft test case validation. Okay, let's say for example this is our method. Okay, now what I'll do here is I will show you how do we exactly do this. So first and foremost step, you have to create the object of the soft assert class. So you can write here soft assert equal to new soft assert, and then you have to import from the TestNG org package. Okay, assert.soft assert. So you need to import this package. Now using this soft assert object reference, you can do any sort of validations which you want to do. As simple as that. Let's say for example you have to mention like okay, system.out.println, I am writing a test script. Okay, fine. So now how will soft assert work? So okay, what I'll do is I'll give a logic here, soft assert dot assert true. Okay, and boolean condition, let me give true. Fine. Now I will write syso, I am writing a Java logic. Okay, now I'll use soft assert dot assert. Okay, is there any false? Yes, there is something known as false as well, but we'll use true as of now. So let's say I'll say false. So typically what you are doing is, here you are asserting or applying validation condition that it is true, and similarly here you are applying a condition which actually states that it is false. Okay, so what are you doing here? See, I am not doing step 2. So at the end of the day, this statement is correct and this statement is incorrect, because we are deliberately failing it by passing a fail kind of an assertion. So what will happen to this test case? Logically we will say that this test case is passed, right? Now let's run this logic. See, this test case was actually passed, but the truth is not this. This is somewhat a mirage. It is not exactly true, because you are failing something, right? You are passing a boolean condition which is false. So how can this test case pass? Do you think this output is correct? This output is incorrect. This output is partially correct. This output is correct up to here, but what about this part? So for this, what you need to do is you have to write soft assert dot assert all. Okay, so soft assert dot assert all actually identifies all the exceptions. I'll tell you about what exceptions I'm talking about. See, if you hover your mouse here, it's not giving you anything, right? Okay, I'm not seeing any sort of help, but let us run this test case now. See, now it actually failed the test case. It's very strange, right? The introduction of one method could actually give you the exact output. See, the following asserts failed, expected true but found false. See, this is the exact output. So if we are not giving this, okay, I'll run again. It is passing the test case, which should not be the case. The test case is not passed because we are failing it. See, so this is something which is not correct. Okay, but if you are introducing this, it is actually failing the test case, which is exactly true because we have introduced a particular assertion which is actually failing the test case. So these two steps in soft assert are very, very important. Now the question comes into your mind, why do I need to use soft assert? I can do the same thing with assert as well. In my next video, I'll tell you why do we need soft assert and why is it much better practice to introduce soft assert instead of assert. Okay, for now let me answer your question here. Why the introduction of this, why the introduction of assert all method is giving the right output, giving the right results. This might be your question, right? The thing is, I'll tell you how soft assert works. In case of hard assert, any condition fails. Let's say for example, if we are using assert, so what will happen is this particular anything above, anything before that assertion which is failing, it will execute that logic, but beyond anything of that, hard assert will not execute for that particular test case and it will switch to the other test case. But in terms of soft assert, what it will do is it will execute the other logic as well. After it validates one particular condition, it will go to the other logic. Even if this condition is pass or fail, it will still go to this particular logic. So let me do one thing, let me interchange it. Okay, now I'll make this one false and make this one true. Okay, so now this condition is false and this condition is true. So now the thing is, now what hard assert does is, and I'll explain in the next video, hard assert what it does is, it will come till here. Okay, the moment it will find no, it is failing, so hard assert will ignore rest part of the logic inside that test case and it will go to the next test case. But in terms of soft assert, it will execute the other logic as well. That is the beauty of soft assert versus hard assert. Let's go and run this. See, it is working fine. Now the question here comes again, why this? Why assert all? What does this do? See, if you do not introduce this, that means soft assert is not giving you any sort of exceptions. This method is very important to determine what exceptions you are getting. Okay, now let me run this. See, it is passing. it is taking the printout, it is passing. This is not right, because there is a certain exception in our test case. See, there is an exception in our test case, but what is happening is it is printing this, it is validating here, but then it is moving over to here and it is not printing this exception. So for the exception within the test case using soft assert, this method is mandatory. So the answer here is soft assert will mention all the exceptions within the same test case if at the end of all the logic we invoke the method assert all. So at the end, this should be the last statement of a particular test case. Okay, before that you write all the logic. So and use soft assert. So even if one particular soft assertion is failing, or is it a false or whatever, the other logic will still be executed and the exception will still be given if you write this. If you omit this or if you do not introduce this, then even if one condition is pass, it will give you pass. So that is why soft assert all is very important. This is a very basic logic of soft assertions. Soft assertions are very useful, and in the next video I'll tell you about the difference between the soft assert and hard assert, and we'll write two different codes, one for soft assert and one for hard assert, and we'll understand how and why are these things differing, and why soft assertion is much better to use. Okay guys, so I hope you like this session. It's a very small session, but it is a very important session. I hope you like this session, and if you did, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel Automation Hub Sarthak, and like and share my videos. Thank you so much guys. Sarthak here, signing off.